Hi, it's Sharon Jameson, and I hope you are doing well. Wanted to take a brief moment to check in with you. So much is happening in the world, and so much is happening in our homes, so much is happening in our hearts. And one of the things that is really becoming clear is that this unrest in history, in our communities, is really making us reflect on our own lives. And even though that many of us may be experiencing some sadness and grief and just anxiety, I also hear from people that people are starting to dream again. They are realizing that they played too small because they were forcing themselves in paradigms and power struggles. They were forcing themselves in stereotypes and in ways of being that did not honor who they were. We are all seeing that we have been functioning based on what society taught us and told us and colonized us and conditioned us and programmed us. And now people are saying, listen, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't want to play that game. I don't want to follow that belief system. I don't want to follow that tradition. And I am so excited to see that happening, even in the midst of so much unrest. And so I wanted to just pause to check in with everyone and to share with you three things that I am doing that I hope will help you. One of the first things I'm doing is allowing myself to start dreaming again and to dream without borders and without boundaries, to let my imagination come alive in ways that it has never come alive before. To say, Sharon, what do you want to do now? You're going to be in your mid 50s next month. What do you want to do now? How do you want to live your life? How do you want to be in the world? What's your new identity? So, one thing I would encourage you to do as our world is deconstructing and reconstructing and shifting and dismantling and pivoting, really let your imagination roam to see what you really have in your heart. So many times we have downsized our lives and diminished and diluted who we are to fit. But you know what? Let's not fit anymore. So allow your imagination to roam free. The second thing I'm doing is really being intentional about my relationships with people and being intentional about who I request information from, who I receive information from, who I reflect with, to make sure that I'm thinking broader and bolder, but also making sure that I engage with people who really understand the power of collaboration, but also the importance of confidentiality. So I will invite you to think about who you are speaking with and talking with and sharing with, to make sure those people have the emotional and spiritual infrastructure to hold space for you and to hold space as you continue to express and experience new aspects of your personality and new aspects of your identity. So I hope that you would reflect on who you are spending time with and who you are connecting and being in relationship with. And then the third thing I am really doing is starting to ask myself, what do I need to dismantle or deconstruct in my own life? When I think about what's happening in the world, there have been signs in my own soul that my soul was protesting for me to live bigger and live bolder, to step more into my truth. So if you have a moment, sit with yourself and let your inner knowing instruct you and inspire you and spur you to action, because we all have little parts of ourselves that been protesting to say, listen, let me come out. So find a way to hear from your soul and find the parts of you that may be experiencing some unrest because they have not been expressed, they have not been acknowledged, it has not been shared. So those are three things that I am doing that I hope that you will also do, so that we can start thinking about how and who and what we want to be in this season in our lives. So again, one, let your imagination roam. Two, really reconsider the relationships. And three, listen to your heart and find out what needs to be expressed, what needs to be heard, what needs to be cultivated, because I believe the best is yet to come. So email me back and let me know what resonated with you. But also, just know in the coming weeks, I'm going to be reaching out to many of you because I want to put something together for women who are in their mid 40s, going into their 60s, because it's time for us to dream again. We were raised up in a time where there were more rules, and if you're born in the 60s like I was, we had rules and paradigms and labels. And since those things are coming down in society, I want to make sure that we are breaking up those paradigms and rules inside of our souls so that we can be the best version and the best vision of ourselves. So, blessings to you. Let me know how you're doing. And I still believe the best is yet to come. Blessings.